If there is one video game genre that has really transcended gaming this generation, it has without a doubt have to be the Battle Royale genre. I know some of you guys aren't the biggest fans of it, but there is no doubt that Battle Royale as a genre is here to stay, and with this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 upcoming BR titles. A lot of exciting Battle Royale titles are actually in development, and while I don't expect every single one of these games to be an absolute home run, there's a lot of potential here, so without further ado, let's get right into it. First up, we have Planetside Arena. Yes, Planetside is making the transition to Battle Royale. Planetside 2 has been a pretty prominent free-to-play game, a massive free-to-play game at that, and with Arena, you'll be able to plunge into and battle online in a massive multiplayer sci-fi arena shooter. You choose your class, fuel your jetpack, and drop into the fray of the war-torn landscape of Araxis. If you want to come out on top, you'll have to go all out and rule the arena. Now, Planetside Arena is going to be a buy-to-play title, kind of different from Planetside 2, so that's a little bit of a shame, but hey, should be pretty interesting to see Planetside make the Battle Royale transition. Speaking of games making the Battle Royale transition, of course, one of the more exciting ones is Battlefield going BR with Battlefield 5 Firestorm. Firestorm has you wage war in a ring of fire that slowly shrinks the battlefield, and obviously you don't want to get trapped. You fight to be the last infantry squad standing of 64 players in 16 separate squads. There will also be Battlefield vehicles, so that'll be a nice addition to your overall Battle Royale gameplay, and you'll have to clash on the biggest Battlefield map to date. And while playing Battlefield 5 Firestorm, matches are tied directly to your Battlefield 5 progression, so that's very nice as well. Battlefield 5 Firestorm is expected to drop early 2019. Next up, we have Stormdivers. Now, Stormdivers is a new Battle Royale game being made by the guys over at Housemarque, and if you guys have been following this channel, you know how I feel about Housemarque. They are one of the more talented studios in all of gaming. They've created some tremendous PlayStation downloadable titles, but now they're moving on to doing something a little bit more big budget with Stormdivers. Stormdivers touts chaotic battles and volatile explosions amidst a reoccurring nanostorm that swallows the beautiful and lush island surroundings to explore. Visually, I have to say this is one of the better looking BR titles, and it'll be interesting to see how Housemarque delivers a Battle Royale game, as it's very different than what they've done in the past, but they want to keep that essence of a Housemarque experience intact.
In a customizable drop pod, one of the other things you'll notice early on in the game that each player class has a glider available to them, which allows for a lot more verticality. You also can use one of your two abilities, ranging from movement abilities like teleporting and camouflage and jetpacks, all the way to healing areas, shields.
Moving on from that, and this might be the most ambitious Battle Royale title, and that is Mavericks Proving Ground. Mavericks is described as a sprawling, ambitious, cutting-edge combat world, charged forth from the teeming social hub to engage in epic 1,000-player Battle Royale matches. Or you could just go in and hunt for new weapons and attachments in the persistent open world of an unparalleled free-to-play title. Again, the one word you can associate with Mavericks is ambitious, because just off the player count alone, 1,000 players in a BR title is pretty crazy, and just everything this game is trying to do sets it apart from all of the other Battle Royale games. Now, with this amount of ambition, a little bit of skepticism is warranted, so we'll see how the game turns out in its final form, but right now there's a lot of potential here. Moving on from that, we have Farside. Farside is a Battle Royale shooter where players fight one another with weaponry and wits to be the last one standing in an ever-shrinking arena. You begin the battle by parachuting into the Farside Arena, a remote island that serves battleground for the contest. You must quickly search for weapons and supplies if you want to survive, and there are going to be loads of different weaponry, vehicles, armor, and other helpful items that are stashed all over the island. So as far as actual mechanics go, it's not like Farside is revolutionizing upon the Battle Royale formula, but still, sometimes just perfecting the formula is enough, and that seems to be what Farside is going for. Next up, we have Proximal Royale, which is a competitive sci-fi multiplayer shooter which is set on the exoplanet Proxima Centauri b. The game touts a strategic and action-packed multiplayer battle and the exploration of massive open worlds. Now, visually, this is one of the most impressive BR titles that you're going to come across, and the sci-fi setting is something we could definitely use more of in Battle Royale. We still don't have a release window for Proximal Royale, but hopefully it drops soon. Speaking of sci-fi, Past Due is next, and it's set in a near sci-fi world that we create. You can choose your favorite character, build up your own team, formulate different tactics, fight against opponent teams and AI monsters, and complete missions. The game touts thrilling battle fights with other teams or beating up monster characters in order to gain more experience points and upgrade skills. There are 2 highly intelligent monster characters actively participating in the game, and that looks to diversify the overall gameplay. The winning path is not limited to kill all the enemy players, but also outsmart them all and become the first team to fulfill the final mission. Next up, we have Not My Car. Not My Car is a white-knuckle, lead-footed, multiplayer vehicular combat battle royale game. It has you drop into a massive battleground and use cool weapons and abilities to battle your way through single elimination combat and become the ultimate survivor. Outlast the competition through cunning skill and a little bit of strategy. Of course, you'll also be able to customize your ride and make it your own. That'll make it perfect to take on anyone at any time. Moving on from that, we have NAR, Not Another Royale. Not Another Royale has to be one of the most unique battle royale games, and you can tell that right away just looking at this game's presentation and art style and visual style. It's just very different than the typical battle royale title. The game touts smooth character control, extended weapon system, different weapon extensions, inventory and equipment systems, and many different weapons, headgear, and vests. I don't know how heavily NAR is really gonna resonate with the mainstream gaming community, but it's a pretty interesting title and it's worth to keep an eye on. And lastly, we have Valhalla, and this is gonna be one of the Battle Royale titles that, even if you're not a fan of Battle Royale, you can just appreciate what this game is going for as you play as one of the survivors from the last battle of Odin's army. Almost all your brothers lost their lives fighting against a tremendous enemy. Now an unheard apocalypse is gonna crush everything in its way. The best of Odin's warriors came back to retrieve the Sword of Odin. It possesses power over all natural forces that will be enough to stop Ragnarok. The game will have you fight with others for the right to possess the sword and save the 9 worlds from a complete destruction. Visually, this is another Battle Royale title that looks incredible. We'll see how the overall game turns out, but in terms of potential, along with Maverick, Valhall is one that I see a lot of that. But if you just talk about potential as a medieval Battle Royale title, Valhall definitely has that, with a map that's separated into 4 even parts. There's a different season for each part of the map, and the weather changes during the play session. It's a game with a lot of depth to it, and again, the potential is here in full force, but let's see if that potential will be realized. We still don't have a release window, but it should be coming soon.
Really matters. Control is very responsive and has a number of unique features. You can even pretend to be dead. A round starts equipped with armor which you can visually customize in advance. You will need to search for your weapons. You can also combine runestones with the weapon, which will endow it with new...
So that's gonna conclude this video. Again, we've got a wide variety of different Battle Royale titles coming. Is every game gonna be up everyone's alley? No. And I doubt that every game is gonna be a big success, but even within the Battle Royale formula, it looks like a lot of developers are trying to put their unique spin on it. So I can definitely appreciate that, whether it be the 1,000 players we're getting out of Mavericks or the medieval Battle Royale we're getting out of Valhall. There's a lot of potential with a lot of these games, so I wouldn't completely rule out Battle Royale as a genre that's only gonna be overtaken by Fortnite for years to come. There's a lot of potential with all of these other games. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.